Hello everybody, it's me, DIY Bronwyn. Happy to see you again. I hope you come back every time and watch all my videos and subscribe and like. That'd be awesome. But anyways, I just wanted to come to you today because I wanted to say aliens or God or both. I wanted to know what you guys think because I really was just thinking about it because for my whole life they lied and said there was no aliens when they knew fucking well there was aliens. So if there's aliens, that means there's other solar systems, other galaxies, other things out there that we know nothing about, and we haven't even investigated our own oceans. And yet we say we've gone to the moon, but we all can't go to the moon again because we lost the technology. I'm sorry, that sounds like bullshit to me. I just fucking what? I don't know. Like, come on. And there's these really weird debates right now that I think are very fun. Flat Earth, globe Earth. And then there's, just things like I was watching this documentary about Admiral Byrd, and he went to the Antarctica and had a little look, and there's all this shit there, and there's like, apparently there's land beyond that he even televised. He was on a television show and he said about that on that show, but he also said that before, but then after that he stopped saying it. I think somebody told him, don't say it anymore, you'll get in trouble, we will kill your family. Like, who knows what they said. It's just like people that knew stuff and then all of a sudden they're disappeared, they're gone. I don't know. I just find that governments to me seem like they're just setting us all up. Like 9/11, for instance. There's so many people that believe that this was, terrorists and stuff. But I firmly, within my heart, like I would bet money on it, believe that that was a false flag. It was an inside job, which is disgusting, but it's true. In my opinion, it's true. And the reason I say that is because steel will not melt from jet fuel. You have to get the temperature up to about 2,000 degrees before steel girders will melt. Okay, so I was also watching that day because all of a sudden everything got preempted. I was on cable, so it just clicked right over to a news broadcast talking all about the towers and what happened. And I'm not even joking. The time when they had said the one went through already, the second plane that I saw go through, it went through, which is bullshit. It went through the building, which is steel girder, steel girder, steel girder in between each window. So, when you saw the news, you saw steel window, steel window. That's how it was. But also, they're up like so many floors, like 150 floors or whatever. But basically, what was I going to say? It's just basically unproven, but I believe that there was depth charges, or not depth charges, the TNT charges or thermite put in each level, because I remember when the plane went through, I thought, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard or seen, because the plane went through, and then I'm not even joking, on the other side of the building, there was this little teeny bump, as if it would have been the nose cone of the jet that just flew into the building. And not only that, but there was this like almost cartoonish cutout of the plane going through the building. That wouldn't happen. Physics, like I'm nobody. I'm not a professor. I'm nothing. I don't know anything. But I do know that if a plane in midair hits a goose or a duck, the nose cone gets bent and pretty badly, and they have to repair stuff when people or when other objects fly into planes. And the skin of a plane is not as thick as everybody would have you think, and it would peel back as soon as it hit the steel. Even if it's full of gas, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much gas it had, in my opinion. When it flew through the walls of steel, which you can't do, you can't fly through walls of steel. It's like saying, could you, anyways, I'm not even going to go for examples. It's just like common sense. Like, and then there's this other thing that I started feeling that this was just really weird, because I saw the little poof, poof, poof as the buildings went down, and I remember thinking, I've seen planned demolitions. I've seen buildings go down in their own footprint, and they do go into their footprint. They do go into their own footprint when they're well, they're well prepared. Like if they've been completely prepared ahead of time, which I believe happened in weeks or months before 9/11 happened, and I believe that it was a plan so that they could go to war. And I hate to say that, but and all these people lost their lives because of governments that do really shady shit, and they really shouldn't. Our government's not any better. I'm not an American, I'm a Canadian, but I've seen everything, and I feel like you guys are like our sister country. And the really reason I say that is because my sister, my beautiful sister, lives in Florida, which is like, crazy central over there too. But like I worry about her, and I could go and get dual citizenship because she's got citizenship over there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was always a thought that these people have been connected in my life, and these countries have always been connected in my life. We went through traveling as a kid. We did all the different states and stuff. We camped. We had a camper. We had a bus that we converted into an RV, and it was amazing. And that was back in the 70s. Like, my parents were like freaking hippies. My mom and my stepdad, not my parents, but my mom and my stepdad, who was whatever. Anyways, so so that's one conspiracy theory thing that I want to look into, and I want to know what you guys think. Then there's, like I said, the aliens or not aliens. Why did they lie to us for like my whole life? Okay, I'm 57. Just last year, they're like, oh yeah, here's your Tic Tac. Motherfuckers, really? You're gonna say, now we've got it. We've got, contact with extraterrestrials. Okay. I think we've always had it since the beginning, since they had the contact. But I also believe in God. And this is where I have this really big kind of, it hits a wall in logic and theory, or whatever you would want to call it. Logistically, we're not just 2,000 years old. And in the Bible it says that this is all happening within a span of around 2,500 years-ish. So if our planet's like millions of years old, and so is the solar system, did God make that? And then he got bored and he decided he wanted to make some people? So if he created everything, which I believe there is a God, and I know a lot of people don't, they think I'm an idiot for believing that, but if there is, that if he could create this world, then there's the position that I heard someone say on a documentary, then who's to say that he didn't try it again and make it better on different planets? Or maybe that's why there's different planets, because he had different civilizations for each planet, right? Just a thought. It doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean anything. I don't know even what I'm talking about. But I'm just spitballing here. But this is the way I think. I have a crazy brain, and sometimes I think I have OCD or ADHD or something. I don't know, obsessive compulsive, not really. But when it comes to like impulse control, I'm kind of bad like that. So like I'll go and flip from side, conversation to side conversation. But I'm not trying to, freak you out. But I'm talking about 9/11 and I'm talking about aliens. But these are just a couple of things that came to my mind this week, and I just wanted to know what you thought, because I cannot wrap my head around that. And yet I completely believe in Jesus. I pray to Jesus. I believe he died on the cross for my sins. I love him. I've always loved Jesus. I've always loved black people too, and people of color. I don't care what color someone's skin is. I mean, when I was a kid, people made stupid jokes, and I might have laughed and things like that. So I've seen and I've heard, and I've maybe even been a part of it as a kid. But as I grew up, I realized it's just wrong. It's wrong to be this way. And my thing right now, the worst thing that's happening, in my opinion, is what's going on in Gaza. I am so sad, and I don't wish bad wishes on Palestinians or anyone, but it seems like they are kind of bloodthirsty. Like I hate to say it because I don't want somebody to come and try to kill me or something, and that's how extremely violent the crowds are getting, and these are in our countries. And this is the thing that I wanted to say about that, is they put an influx of immigrants into our country. That means that it dilutes our vote. Our voices don't mean as much anymore because we have more people deciding what is going to happen with our country. I'm not trying to say it's ours and not theirs. I'm just saying when our ancestors come to a country, they assimilate, they integrate. And if you want to have your own customs, that's awesome. That's awesome. Have your own churches, your own whatever. However, I've seen in the course of this immigration that's come in, even in Britain and places like that, there's this huge takeover. and now they have no-go zones. And that just isn't right. Not in a free society. That should not be allowed. But it is being allowed. And then there's the college campuses that are full of people hating on Israel and protesting for Palestine, and just like they could get violent. They're just so like emotional, and they're just so filled with rage. And I saw this other girl on YouTube. I don't have cable, so I know it was on YouTube. And she floored me. She was a beautiful girl in a hijab, and she's just like, yeah, I saw what the Palestinian army did or whatever, or Hamas did, and I wish they could do it again and again and again and again and again. And she just went on and on and on with the fucking agains. I'm like, are you kidding me? Then you go over there and you live there, where there's all that volatility and bullshit, and then you come back and tell me if you feel that way again. I doubt it. And when I saw and heard, I saw a reporter cry after viewing the Hamas GoPro that they had. They had GoPros on as they're slaughtering families and burning people alive in their cars or out of their cars, or having women have their breasts hacked off. The one guy, he couldn't even keep from crying as he was relaying what he saw. And they won't even show it to us because it's so fucking bad. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? These people are bloodthirsty, and I don't understand how that can be okay in polite society. How is it okay to have these crazy rallies now in our Western countries, in the United States and Canada here? Everybody's been really highly demonstrating for Palestine. I'm not seeing the same importance, the same demonstration given to Israel. And I'm sorry, but after everything that's happened, my allegiance is with Israel. You don't come in and slaughter babies and hack women's breasts off. That's violent. That's unhinged behavior. It's depravity. It's the worst of the worst ever. And nobody's saying shit about it. And then these people are like, oh, poor Palestine. No, poor Israelites. They just got fucking slaughtered. It was a massacre. It's the biggest loss of life for Jewish people since the Holocaust. It's just disgusting to me. And the shouts for Israel should be deafening, in my opinion. There should be people rising up from everywhere and trying to defend Israel. But all I'm seeing is this hate, and this, everybody's out and they're all in arms, up in arms about this, about Palestine not having any rights and this and that. When I did some research about this, I was really floored, because it's not like it's not been an offer on the table before. 50-50 even. Nope, they don't want that. They don't want 75-25. And I'm saying 25 for the Israelites and 75 for the Palestinians. Okay? Nope, no go. They don't want that. They would not accept, and the very last offer that I read was 97% of that land. 97% would go to Palestinians. 3% would go to Israel. 3 fucking percent. That's not asking a lot. And you still couldn't fucking do it. And you still only did these things because you hate Jewish people and you want to wipe them off the face of the earth. And to me, that's just vile, evil shit. And I don't want those people in our country. And they're inciting our college children to be completely brainwashed by these ideologies, by these satanic... It's like a tentacle that's coming in and it's attaching to their souls and their spirits. And I feel it, and I don't think that everybody else is feeling it, but I'm feeling it, and it scares the shit out of me. And I've got a little one that I'm raising. He's only 9. What's going to be here for him when he's 29? What's going to be here for him when he's 20? I don't even know. The world is changing so fast and so much. And I'm seeing, like people like Elon Musk, I thought he was great, and then I made a video yesterday talking about his, I said embryos. What I meant was he's got these wombs, basically artificial wombs, that you can create a baby, and you can decide what birthday, you can decide what hair color, you can decide what eye color, you can decide what skin color, you can decide all these things. That sounds like a bad fucking movie to me, a bad dystopian movie where something really horrible happens. They're taking it out of God's hands. They're trying to take birth out of God's hands. They're trying to take sexuality, our sex that we were born with, out of God's hands. And I'm sorry, but I just think it's completely wrong for transsexuals to be competing against biologic women, because it's just not fair. They've gone through puberty. If you ever watched a boy go through puberty, oh my god, like, it's crazy. Like, they just get bulked up. They just become a man. Like, they're young, but they're getting big and strong, and they're 6 feet tall, and all of a sudden they got muscles, and it's kind of crazy. And then they've got the females that have gone through and in their puberty, and then if they decide they want to be a male, okay. But it's so much on people right now, and they're just trying to put upon their sexuality and their choices and their desires onto us. Like, for instance, they get mad if you don't know their pronouns, but yet, I mean, when you see a guy with lipstick and a beard, what the fuck are you supposed to think? What is that supposed to be? Like, what am I supposed to be? I don't know. You don't know what you are. So how the fuck am I supposed to know what you are? So I mean, I know I come on, everybody should probably be like, I don't want to watch this lady. She's a fucking bitch. Like, she just bitches, blah blah blah. But I'm scared, and I nobody really wants to talk about it. Like, that's what's funny. That's why I watch these things on YouTube, and I know that I have a voice, and I know that I have been heard, because people are also thinking the way that I'm thinking. And I feel like the government has kept more than just aliens from us. And I also think, like, that maybe aliens are demons, and that God's going to have to come back and protect the world from these aliens, or this alien invasion. Or maybe they've just been around since time eternal, like the giants that they spoke of in the Bible, that mated with women, of man, God made us in his image, so supposedly then we are God's image. We as women and men is what he decided that we would be. So God makes those rules, in my opinion, nobody else. And I just kind of, I feel like when women and boys go through the puberty, it's actually better for them if they want to have transition surgery, because otherwise it's a real problem, and there's so many complications. And I know people that are transsexual, or no, transgender. I think transsexual is a different thing, because to me that's just dressing up as. It's not necessarily feeling like you are that gender. You just like to dress up in that gender's clothes, and I think that to me feels more like cross-dressing. But there's people out there that I would just say, oh, please, girl, don't get that lopped off and turn it into an innie, because you're gonna be in pain for the rest of your life. It's just gonna be complication after complication. And I get why some people are saying now, like, you're gonna have to normalize the bulge, because, like, maybe they won't want to cut it off, because the medical complications, everything that could happen could kill them. It stigmatizes them, it hurts them. There's, like, just all these things. And then what if they want to transition back? Like, there's just, to me, I think there should be a whole lot more psychological care given to these kids that are having such identity crisis in these young parts of their lives. And I don't think we should block their puberty, because we don't know what that can do. Unless they lied and they already know what that can do, because they did it with, the Holocaust victims, and they did scientific experiments and shit. Because guess what, guys? They did. They did. And they were so sick and disgusting to do it, too. Bringing me back to Israel and Palestine. I'll be done in a second, I'm sorry. But what do you think? I mean, I don't know, I'm not on anybody's side per se, except I feel like my heart is with Israel, because they are humanitarian. If they see children, they're not gonna, they never have on purpose ever bombed a building knowing that there was women and children in it. But not only will Hamas kill women and children, they will hide out in a woman and children's space, or a hospital, or a protected zone, and lob bombs off to Israel from there. So to me, that's evil, that's despicable, that's against the rules of war, and you and I both know that's not right. And hey, fucking AI, put a stop, put a halt, do something, people. This needs a time out. Even Elon Musk, who's very incredibly smart, says, don't do it. Him and his, fake artificial wombs that you can make babies in. He might have a point. Maybe there's a problem with fertility, but it's probably because of all the microplastics that are in our environment that are affecting people's ability to procreate. Did you know that one? God. Do your research! As Charlotte Dobray says, do your research. But, you really have to read up on this stuff. And I'm surprised how many religions, like the Jesuits, for instance, are supposed to, by the law of their biblical book, their what the fuck am I trying to say? Their book that they go by, the I guess the Hebrew Bible, and their thing is anybody that's not Jesuit or Jewish should be killed. So like that's crazy too. I'm just saying. So there's so many people that are like, ooh, you better do it our way or you're getting cut off. We're gonna fuck you over if you don't believe what we believe. We don't like you. You're bad. Blah blah. You know what? Take a hike. like vegans. I good. Be a vegan. That vegan teacher, she's fucking crazy though. But you know what? I get her point. And I mean, I just love a good steak. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not gonna enjoy ever to eat a cockroach. That was never gonna happen. And did you know Skittles are coated in cockroaches? And so are our vegetables and our fruits when they put that new thing that Bill Gates came up with. Well, the new thing is like a what do you call it? Plant killer. What the fuck? I hate it when I want to tape for you guys. I don't want to pause it every time when it fucks up. But anyway, oh my god, I lost my whole train of thought. Oh, hey, am I having dementia? But drinking out of aluminum cans for all these years might have screwed me right up. But yeah. I don't know. I'm sorry. I flipped up topics so fast in my own mind that I can't even recall what I was speaking about. Other than just people are hating people, and please stop. I always say this to my daughter. Okay, Cliff Notes. I miss you. I love you. Did you bring this? Can I get that? Can I borrow? And then it's like she'll be like, yes, mom. Yep, yep, yep. And she'll respond. Otherwise, I write these like, paragraphs when I'm writing just to tell her about my day and how it's going. But yeah. But anyways, guys, just please, can you guys leave a couple of comments? Let me know what you guys think. I'm very interested. I really am. And please check out all the different information that you can find online. And then also check out on the internet. Maybe not on our Canadian internet because somebody threw a hooey into that. True douche. He just wants to like take all our rights away. But anyways, look into all these things because to me the curiosity is the best thing about life. The not knowing and finding something out like Bigfoot. Is Bigfoot real? Oh, I hope so. I think so. I'm not even kidding. I think there's probably Bigfoot. I think so. And there's probably other things like maybe there's swamp monsters. Ooh. Maybe that there is a Loch Ness. Maybe it really is a plesiosaur and you'll never get to see it. Or maybe there's more freaky things than that. I saw a humongous crab leg on here on one of the channels today. And I mean, the guy was standing beside it and then it was a crab leg. But I mean, that can easily happen with Photoshop. You could Photoshop a humongous crab leg. So, it's just like when they say, oh, we found giant bones. Look at the giants. And they show you the giants and then the guy standing beside it cleaning the arm. And the giant's like, 15 feet tall and stuff. And it just makes you wonder, is any of it true? I don't know. Is any of it true? Because, I don't know. It just seems like bullshit. Like the moon. I bet you that they didn't really go to the moon. I don't know why. Okay, no, that's not true. I know why. Because I watched all these things saying they didn't go to the moon. And here's why we think they didn't go to the moon. And then I'm like, I think they didn't go to the moon too. And okay, so with everything that's going on in the world, please let me know what you think. I will read every comment. I would be so happy if you would subscribe and like. That would make me so happy, and I would grow my channel a little bit better. And I will do some DIYs. I haven't done any like lately. I do some hauls. I do some Temu stuff sometimes. If I happen to have a couple extra dollars, I'll order a couple things that are crazy and fun for Temu. But sometimes it's like Wish on Temu. You gotta be a little bit careful. For instance, one thing. You know those car covers that you put the cover on so that the snow. Well, you can just pull the cover off and the snow's off, and you don't have to scrape the shit out of your windshield or your top of your car. That they kind of go over. Well, I bought one for my daughter. They sent this fucking piece of fabric that is like thin. It's supposed to be padded, first of all, from the look of it in the ad, which I hate that. It's the only thing about online purchasing. They lie through their fucking nose. Or through their ass, really. But like, like anything you have to check out the size before you order clothes or before you order stuff. There's people that have gotten little teeny dining room tables when they ordered a dining room table, and they spent dining room table money, and they got a plastic dollhouse or doll table when when it came down to it. So you got to be really cool and read all the facts and see all the different reviews, and check it out first. But I was so surprised when I got this thing. I was like, come on. And they let you do one free thingy-mabobber, refund, thingy-mabobber. But it was just a thin piece of fabric, and I thought, I have other things that cost more money that you fucked up that I want my money back for. But anyways, all right, you guys go. Have a lovely weekend. And for everybody in the United States, I wish you a belated happy Thanksgiving. And I hope you have a lovely weekend. Happy Saturday, everybody. Everybody that I love online, please just keep doing what you're doing. You're awesome. You're doing it. You are the stars. And I love you. Subscribe and like. Bye, guys.